Hey, kick some knowledge with your partner, you can spit your game. Kick some knowledge with your partner, you can spit your game. Kick some knowledge with your partner, you can spit your game. Legendary conversations people want to know. When you're on the way to greatness, what's the way to go? Inspiration for the future, we can make a change.
Welcome everybody. We can let some people join in.
Legendary conversations
for another episode of Game Session.
When you're on the way to greatness, what's the way to go? Inspiration for the future, we can make a change. Kick some knowledge with your partner, you can spit your game. You can spit your game. Kick some knowledge with your partner, you can spit your game. Legendary conversations people want to know.
This will be on YouTube and
Facebook. What's the way to go? Inspiration for the future,
you hear me good?
Kick some knowledge with
Dre,
your
you hear me
partner,
good?
you can spit your game. Kick some knowledge with your partner, you can spit your game. Kick some knowledge with your partner, you can spit your game.
All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Game Sessions. Today, along with my co-host V, Ledbetter, I got the guy, Mr. ISG. I'm so Greenwood. I got Andre Gray. What's good, man?
What's good?
Okay. How's everything
I can
going?
hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I hear you. Go ahead.
He's freezing up.
He broke up. Yeah.
Everything going good. I lost you for a minute there.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Everything. Yeah, I hear you good now. You hear me?
Okay. I can hear you.
All right. So we're gonna get started. So you was born in. We're gonna start off with where you from and all that. So you born in Greenwood, right? Or where
Born in Greenwood. Born in Greenwood, right on around Nichols Alley back in the day.
Okay. What was your neighborhood? How was it with your neighborhood? How was it growing up with your neighborhood?
So in the beginning, my neighborhood, Nichols Alley, like I said, that was the first house I remember being in, somewhere around that 3 or 4 year old mark. So I've only had 2 residents that I know of in Greenwood, and that's in Nichols Alley, and then we moved to where my mom currently lives on North Street. So we've been there for pretty much over 40 years.
Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Okay. So you have any kids?
I got kids. Yep, I got 4 kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you went to Greenwood High, right?
I went to Greenwood High. Graduated class of '89.
Mighty Bulldogs.
Yeah.
So I'm a Bulldog.
Yeah, I had to say that low, man, because I thought you was gonna say something else, but we ain't gonna say. Yeah, I know, man. But that's cool. Did you play any sports growing up? I mean, in high school?
Man, I might have to relocate. Sound like I keep losing. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Nah, you know what? I was one of those dudes that knew how to play sports, but felt like I was too good to play in high school. Like wanted to be big to play or something like that. Then I was much smaller in high school. You know, a lot of those guys was way bigger. You know, I was in high school with, rest his soul, Charlie Stevenson, Melvin Smith, Kenny Smith, Sherman Freeman. Those guys were big in high school, man. I was skinny. I didn't start gaining weight till I was in my 30s.
Okay.
So I was a skinny little something. But
you want to get hit by them, huh?
Yeah. So, I was like the water boy on those teams. I was the ball boy and stuff. So
okay, that's cool. So we're gonna touch on a subject, man. We talked off camera. You lost one of your closest cousins, Pee Wee. Rest in peace to Pee Wee. How impactful was that, man? Losing one of your cousins.
Man, that was tough. Pee Wee and we were very close. We were 2 sisters. Not 2 sisters. I'm sorry. His mother and my father were sisters and brothers, so we were first cousin. But yeah, Pee Wee taught me a lot of lot of stuff. Believe it or not, when I got out of the military, Pee Wee was already in the streets and knew more about the streets than I did. So he turned me on to a lot of stuff. Uh, he introduced me to a lot of people that I probably didn't even know. Because when I graduated in '89 from Greenwood High, I went straight to the Navy. Like I was out of high school maybe 2 months and I was gone. So I didn't return to Greenwood until '94. So
Okay.
I miss my cousin. It was a big blow, man, to us all, to the family, and to a lot of his friends.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Um, so we chopped we chopped it up a little bit when we agreed to do this podcast. So you was telling me about this little incident about about the so-called rumor that was being spread at one point, and then I seen the post where you tagged the page. I mean, you tagged the flyer. You was like, you might cry again. So could you elaborate on what exactly happened that made you do that?
Yeah, well, in the beginning of So Greenwood, it wasn't always I
Easy.
want to make sure I choose my words correctly. Um, it didn't come without some kind of controversy. You know, uh, let's see. So basically, what happened was I've always had this idea of doing something like So Greenwood. Maybe not having a name, but I've always had a dream of bringing together people from Greenwood, mostly the ones that left, because I left Greenwood in '96. So I've been in Chicago, what, 28 years. So
Oh, okay.
so every time I went home, I would always miss someone that was there the week before that no longer lived there. So, it was just the thought of bringing everybody home at the same time. Let's kick it till we're tired of looking at each other, and then we go our separate ways until next year. So that was always the idea long before I'm So Green. I'm talking as far back as 2010. I had this idea. So around the time I'm So Greenwood, the slang or the phrase was going on. I'm So Greenwood. I remember when Reno's was down the street and stuff like that.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I remember that.
Little do most of them know that same conversation was going on in other parts of the country. I'm So Chicago. I remember when
Right.
this was that, or even my people was doing it in Detroit. So a lot of people felt like I stole the name I'm So Greenwood. Listen, the event could have been named anything. It could have been named anything. It didn't have to be there, but it was at the time that was the catchy phrase. So that's how that came along.
Yeah.
So just of course, I had a small committee that I had assembled, small group of people that I value their opinion, couple of classmates, just random friends I put together a committee to help me get the first I'm So Greenwood started. So so somewhere along the line where I guess the success of the outcome of the first I'm So Greenwood became some kind of, I won't say jealousy, but some tension.
It was
You
jealousy.
know, I
Definitely
hate to say
jealousy.
jealousy because I just say it became tension. It seemed like I got more of the attention than others that helped me assemble it. And it was very unfortunate that it played out that way. So, to the advice of some of my members, they say, "Hey, Dre," they come to me and say, "Hey," after one of our meetings, say, "Hey, you might want to consider LLC in this thing." Me, I'm not knowing very much about it, so you might want to
Right.
LLC this thing because that, I say LLC. I said, "What's that about?" He said, "Well, what that does is somebody get hurt out there that are they can't sue you for what you personally have. They can only sue what I'm So Greenwood has, which subsequently is nothing. So that's only to protect you. But okay, so I've reach out and find somebody to LLC and pay the little fee or whatever. And then after I did that, it's like, see, it's a business form and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, listen, Where y'all getting this from? I'm So Greenwood is a free event. So how is it a business? Where's the money coming in from? Like the first I'm So Greenwood, the T-shirt was a flyer, a picture of a flyer that I think Marcus West had made for us.
Yeah.
We didn't even have a design, so we just stuck that on there, and that came at the idea of one of the members, one of my close friend, Merlin Holmes. She was like, "Hey, Dre, you might want to consider selling T-shirts to." And I was just like, "Nah, I got it." So like the first 3 or 4 I'm So Greenwood, I paid for out of my money. Like it wasn't much. It was 3-4 thousand, but it came out of my money, came out of my pocket. I took my income tax and put it on I'm So Greenwood.
So you said three, four.
So
You said 3-4 thousand ain't much. Shit.
yeah,
Believe
but it took my
in his
whole income
dream
tax
though.
in some, and then
Right.
so my wife comes in like, no, yo, you ain't doing that shit no more with my taxes. So you know what I'm saying. So you got to figure out something.
Right.
So back to the story. So I guess I got a lot of fanfare, and I guess that made some people feel some type of way, like you didn't do this by yourself, and you didn't come up with this idea. And I'm like, well, hold up now, it's always been my idea. You know what I mean? So I just I recruited you to help me get it started. So that kind of like so then there was just some old chatter in the background about I stole the name. He didn't come up with the name. It was just a lot of BS. And so I remember just wanting to address it all, but being told, just leave it alone, man. That battle is not yours. Let God fight that battle. But me, I didn't listen. I'm going live. I want to go live. I'm going to straighten this out.
Yeah.
Here I am, get my big punk ass on there on live. Can I cuss on here? Yeah, I get
It's
on
all
live.
good.
Here I get on live. I'm so upset. I shed tears. So it's
Okay.
just like, man. So it was like, it was like, yeah. But I was so, I guess I've never been so mad where you're so mad you just cry because you want to address the
Yeah.
shit. And all I can remember saying, man, listen, I'm just trying to do something positive. Where's
Right.
all this negativity coming from? Well,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to do something for the hometown, bring everybody back together. It's kind of dead here. Where's all this
Yeah.
coming from? I'm never gonna get rich. I'm never gonna get rich off I'm So Greenwood.
Right.
I mean, it's a nonprofit. Every dime has
Right.
to be recorded.
Right.
So where? So it was just, it kind of upset me. It bothered me for a long time that that people could feel that way. That
Right.
so
Right. V, you got anything?
Well, just to add to that, like you said, you took your taxes and you paid for it. That was you investing in your dream. And when you have a dream like this, something so big, and when you're obedient and God brings it to fruition, that is something just to expect. So I don't think that you getting on live was wrong. I think that was you being human, because you wanted to be understood. But what we have to understand is that people don't look at what we have going on in the same perspective as we do. Like, we mean it for good, but everybody wants to somehow shine off of something that relatively has nothing to do with them. Like, what's for you is for you, and what's for them is for them. So you can't even worry about the naysayers, because when God is in it, it's gonna be big, because we serve a big God. It's everything big. So,
and no doubt.
and I'm so
Right.
proud of you. You know what I'm saying? I've never been to an event, but I have supported. I bought t-shirts only because, I'm dealing with my own hometown issues or whatever, my traumas. But I love my hometown, and what you've done is amazing. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing, because you bring people together. It's so much negative going on. We need something positive. We
Thank
need it,
you.
but it's not for everybody. And that's what we have to understand and learn. It's not for everybody, because everybody's not in the same season. It's some of our seasons to heal, but it's also some people, they're just in a season of turmoil and chaos. And those are the people that we have to tread lightly around, because one small incident could make you lose everything that you've worked so hard to put together.
Yes.
So,
Yes,
you
I
know,
agree.
but just
Yes.
keep going, and don't be dismayed, because where God is working, the devil is also working too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Amen.
Uh,
Amen. I wish I
yeah,
had an
that's right.
applause
Yeah.
thing. I'm gonna get that applause for you, V. I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, you good, you
So
good.
yeah,
Go ahead.
like I say, it was unfortunate things turned out, but then like I say, um, a lot of that chatter fell away by the wayside. The people that rock with you gonna rock with you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
definitely,
Yeah,
Continue to
definitely.
support you. What's funny is I always find the lack of motivation at the beginning of I'm So Greenwood for some reason. Like I keep telling myself every year, this is it. This is it. I'm
Yeah,
done. This is the last one. Because it's tough. It's tough trying to get people to do stuff. Like it's something as simple as coming up with a t-shirt design could take months to finally get somebody to come through for you. You know
man.
what I'm saying? And
You speaking
just
the
finding
gospel
the
right
like
now.
a motivation to even want to do it because it's a lot of hard work when you're a one-man team.
it is.
Uh,
Us,
It
man.
it's
is.
just me. I have, of course, Annette Ford. She assists me with a lot of the Facebook stuff, flyers and stuff like that. Other than that, it's just me making decisions because I've tried the committee thing.
Yeah.
I've tried to do the committee thing, and so when you have a group of people and everybody want to say so,
Hmm.
and wants to tell the boss what they're going to do or what we're going to do. It's like, like I'll listen to your advice, but ultimately it's my decision which way we're going to go. And if you rock with me, you're going to trust my vision and believe I'm going to lead us and make the right decision. Now, so yeah, eh,
Yeah. Yep.
um, but yeah, it's a lot of hard work. So it's a lot of hard work.
I
So
mean, you 10 years in, man.
10 years in.
so, so
Ain't no
so that
giving up now.
yeah. That I
Yeah,
mean,
that's what my girl says. She say, "Hey, you can walk away from it if you want to. You've already laid the groundwork for somebody to come right
yeah,
in and pick right up where you left
yeah,
off."
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know what I'm saying? And
Somebody
I
come
keep
in
saying,
and swoop it right up on you.
yeah. So I keep saying, well, yeah, they probably will get the locals. What about the people that I bring from far out? You know,
That's true.
I got
It
a
won't
lot of
be.
people
It won't.
supporting me from almost all 50 states.
Right.
So
It probably wouldn't be. It probably wouldn't be the same. It's almost like most sequels ain't better than the original. You know what I'm
yes,
saying? So
yeah.
so
So
somebody can try and duplicate it, but I mean, and like V stated, man, like you really did something, and this is crazy because like I've been around the Delta, just Cleveland, and then and all the spots, and they always have little gatherings and stuff like that where if it's homecoming or if it's like it's a little thing in October that they have in Cleveland, and this other little things that they have around the other spots in Delta. And we was the only ones that didn't have. I think we had what back in the day it was like a crop day or something.
crop
But
day.
that was yeah, but that was you buying stuff. It wasn't really a
Yeah, it's not a
gathering.
gathering. That was more
Yeah,
like for shopping.
shopping. Yeah, and so but what you're doing is great because I mean, like you say, every time you come, every year it's somebody that didn't come the year before that's coming
Yeah,
for the first time.
yeah.
And so it's always good to see other people, you know what I'm saying, that you ain't seen in years. Because
Yeah.
everybody off doing like you said you in Chicago, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're like, you know what I'm saying? So you coming down and you seeing people that you haven't seen in 10, 15, 20
Yeah.
years.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
that
because it's crazy because you look at it like it's no different than Valley Homecoming. I come home every year for Valley Homecoming, and for years there's a picture of me and Pee Wee sitting curbside. Cause we always felt like, man, forget all that walking, which I probably should do a lot of walking, but like, man, forget all that walking. Everybody gonna pass by us, so let's just sit right here, and that's
yeah,
what we did.
post
And now
up.
it
You
just
gotta
feels
post up.
different because, in honor of him, I always set a chair beside me and I leave it empty. Because that's what men him and I did when I came home for Valley Homecoming. So, and it's the same. Yeah, we gotta love on our loved ones because it's gonna be a lot of people not at this I'm So Greenwood. That was
Yeah,
at the last one. So,
yeah,
and that's what it's about. That's what
right.
it's about.
Go ahead, V.
Yeah. Well, like you said, I'm So Greenwood is a business. So, it is a lot for one person. So, if you can get you a trusted committee, some people who are willing to put in the work, you can kind of delegate their responsibility and kind of take it off you. And I think that's going to be the hard part, but it's doable, because it's only for a season every year. So,
Yeah, I mean
Well,
it's doable, but it's hard. Like I feel what you was coming from, because like even with this, like that's why I'm really so happy to have V, because I never did want to do this part of it by myself. I always want to have somebody I can kind of go back and forth with. So I reached out to V. Well, Sammy, shout out to Sammy. He said he mentioned V. I hit V up, and then she was like, yeah, and she helped me out tremendously, because it is rough doing it by yourself. And one thing I have learned by just doing it, like everybody that say they fuck with you really don't fuck with you
yeah,
like,
that's
you know what I'm
yeah,
right.
saying? And
yeah,
like I had to learn that, like, you know what I'm saying? They'll tell you, oh man, you doing good, but they
yeah,
ain't
yeah,
subscribing, they ain't, you know what
yeah,
I'm saying? They
yeah,
ain't looking.
yeah,
So I had to really just be like, you know what? Like I just have to keep doing it, because like you said, it'll be times, man, I ain't gonna lie. It was times like I just like, man, forget this stuff. Even V hit me up, said, hey, you we still doing it. I was like, yeah, I just been working and stuff like that, which I was. And then one of my other guys that'll be on the podcast too hit me up. He said, hey man, you still know? I'm like, yeah. But it's just it's stressful sometimes, man. Reaching out to
Yeah.
people telling you, yeah, I do it, yeah, and then it come that time, and then all of a sudden you don't hear from them. So I know exactly how
yeah,
you feeling. Yeah,
yeah. It's tough. But I'm gonna tag off what V said. I'm So Greenwood for for a while. Like most of the people that understand business, V knows. Like they say, he's just trying to get rich. Well, I'm like, well, first of all, it's a free event, so I won't say you can't get rich. There's ways of getting rich, but you damn sure is not gonna get rich off a free event, right? So
no, no.
it's gonna be very hard to do that.
Well,
So
it's doable, but we just
yeah,
need
it's
to get out of
doable.
this. We need to get out of this fucking crab in a barrel
That's
mentality,
that's
and
exactly where I
that's
was
the
headed.
problem. You
That
know what
is
I'm
the
saying?
problem. That's the problem because you know what? When the balloon fest was going on, you wasn't monitoring the white people and what they made. Even Q on the Yazoo. You go on their website, they t-shirt $25. They don't give a damn if it's a child, adult, or a monster.
Mhm.
Their shirts are
Yeah,
$25.
$25.
yeah,
But for me, I got different price ranges, based off kids, whatever. Man, I got trouble selling 300 t-shirts. We getting 4,000 people in the park and only selling 300 shirts. That's an insult. It's almost an insult, but that's
man.
what you
They don't
deal with.
they don't want to pay. They don't want to pay. They don't want to see. Man, look, we it's a small town, small city, rather. Everybody want to be the first to do something. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to back somebody up because they feel like, oh, I could have did that, or I could have thought of that, or they don't like what you're doing. So it's tough. Like you said, it's tough, man. Like you said, it's easy. You $25. You spending $45 on the shirt. It probably ain't got no design, just a name on it. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
so
saying?
and it's tough, and I constantly without sound like I'm getting on some soapbox or some rant or something. It's like maybe
No,
they
you
just
good.
don't know. So why not just tell them? Like purchase a T-shirt that supports the event. The event is free to you, but there's a cost somewhere. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? The
Yeah.
guy that's setting up his sounds at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. Because he has a
Mhm.
Got to get
sophisticated
paid.
system.
Yeah.
He's not doing it for free. You know
I,
what I'm saying? He's showing me a little love, but it still ain't free.
yeah.
The guy that's up there DJing, He ain't DJing for free. You know, the guys that's out there directing traffic, or the off-duty police officer that that wanted to work and get some overtime, whatever. They ain't out there for free. The
Yeah.
insurance that's required for having an event with that many people expected there, it's not free. So
Yeah.
the only way to pay for the event is through the t-shirts and through sponsorships.
Right.
That's the
Yeah.
only way. So obviously I only got 8 sponsors, 9 sponsors.
Well, I'm gonna add me to it. I sponsor. I'll holler at you off, and then we'll discuss
I
that. But
appreciate it. Yeah.
I definitely sponsor too. So but yeah, it's
It's
you know,
tough, man.
people want this. What people want. This what some people want. They want to go out there, eat all the food, throw the trash. Everywhere they want to throw the trash. They don't want the TV. They throw the trash. They ain't gonna put it in the garbage. Garbage right beside them. They're gonna throw it on the ground. You know what I'm saying? They want to leave.
Yeah.
That's how and that's how it is. And it's sad. Everybody's not like that, but you have those people that are. And it's
And that,
sad because we can easily come together
yeah.
and even though it is prospering, it can be way bigger
It could be way better.
than
I
what it
promise
is,
you it could
even
be
though it
way.
is
I
big.
know it could. The vision that I have for it could be is. I know it could be way better because I see it being bigger. I don't have the hope that we can get there because of people, as they say, pocket watching. Like, don't watch my pocket.
Man, that
Listen, I work for AAA. I've been at AAA 17 years. I promise
man,
y'all. I promise y'all. I would not do I'm So Greenwood for money. It just ain't even the stuff that you have to go through. It just ain't even worth it. And like I'm the type of person like I like transparency, and I don't mind telling it because there's nothing to hide here. It, so when I'm So Greenwood, for sure last year, I'm So Greenwood had about $10,000, right?
okay.
Once you paid everybody, there were like $4,000 left, right?
Mhm.
So then what we did was we donated it because that's what it was about. I wanted I'm So Greenwood at a zero balance to start out this 2024 event, which
Right,
looking back at it was a bad idea. But
right.
the money I did what I thought was the right thing. There was a couple people that got burned out of their homes.
Mm,
We donated $200-300, $150 here or there to them.
okay.
There was a young lady whose son was involved in a near fatal car accident and in another state. I think he was away for the summer with his father, and she needed room and board. Like we gave money to that, like close to $500.
Right.
So I think there was like a freshman sophomore prom where we donated to send 30-40 kids. We paid their fee for them to go to freshman and sophomore prom at Greenwood High. So my thing is, we did away with the money. But
Yeah.
here's why I say it probably wasn't a great idea, because now, I'm looking into certain grants and opportunities
Mhm.
for So Greenwood. A lot of the grants, the first thing they ask you for is, what's the website? What's your website?
Right.
Mhm.
I'm So Green. We don't even have a website, so we gotta tighten that up.
Yeah.
We gotta tighten it. I mean, even for work, like I go in and put in PTO for work for So Greenwood, and I see that they have this new category, say volunteer PTO. Like, you can actually volunteer PTO, and the first thing they ask you for is, what's the website you'll be volunteering for. And
Wow.
again, so
Okay.
I'm So Greenwood focused at the end of the season, when everybody and all the bills are paid, we need a website. That's going to
Right.
be the objective number one if we're going to move forward.
I can help you in any kind of way. If you need my help, just let me
I
know.
appreciate it. I take any help I could get.
Cool.
So,
Yeah, that'll
but
work.
that's just what it is, man. Like I say,
A website would be dope. A website would be dope
yeah. I
where you'll
mean,
have
cause
all your information. You can buy shirts off there. You can do all that type stuff.
Everything
So
is
yeah,
there.
that'll definitely make it a lot easier
yeah,
for you.
Yeah, you'd be surprised at the private donors that you'll get. You know what I'm saying? Because if you Google, if you go to the Mississippi charity registry, you Google or you look up I'm So Greenwood. It's right there. We register. I pay that fee every year. I pay that application. I report the annual your ledger, what you made. I report that to Mississippi every year to stay active on the as a nonprofit organization charity, because there's a lot of people, who knows, Bill Gates may see it and say, hey, get this guy $1 million.
Right. You never know who watching.
Yeah, you just never know. And one of the things that, like I say, I can't preach the t-shirt enough. I may be redundant with it, but I love the coat drive that we did. We hadn't been able to do it since the COVID year, but I like the coat drive. We did the coat drive. I would love to bring that back, but if we barely making enough money to pay the bills to have the event. I can't do it no more out of my pocket. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
It's just not fair. It's just not fair to me. It's not fair to me, especially when you have this. I'm not gonna say this is a touchy subject. I'm actually kind of flattered, because anytime someone has an event surrounded around the I'm So Greenwood weekend, you guys whoever is doing it, you should send me postcards. Let's just say that. You should send me thank you notes. Because at any point, any other time of the year, you wouldn't be having the event. Prior to I'm So Greenwood,
there wasn't nothing going on.
As far as I know, wasn't nothing going on in Greenwood.
No, and then they took away the little boy, the balloon clad. They took that little thing away.
Yeah.
That used to be something going on by the park, but now I'm So Greenwood is actually a blessing for
for a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people benefiting. I see comedy shows going on. I see blues shows. I see a lot going on next weekend. So hey, whoever the host is, I'm waiting on my tickets. That's all. At the very least, you can offer and say thank you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because
right.
But
you definitely set the groundwork for what's going on.
They eat and I'm still starving. That's not fair. Come on.
But it's like V said, the crab in the bucket mentality. We and then we really, people don't want to see people succeed. Let's just keep it real. Like, they want to be the one to succeed. Like, they don't want to be looking at you. Like you said, they pocket watching. What will make you think to come up to say he must be getting rich off that? I mean, what's the, if you getting money, so what? That's your business. Like,
it was my idea, right? I deserve it. Right?
If you are, that's good. I mean, that should be motivation for somebody else to be like, oh, okay, then let me start something, or let me do this. So, like,
or I know he be having vendors. Let me go and give me a slice so I can make me a couple dollars. We can all work together. There's enough money.
V, don't go there. Oh, V, don't go there. Hey, I got this one guy. I ain't gonna call his name. I'm gonna spare him. I'm gonna continue to pray for him. Instead of him paying the vendor fee, he would rather get just outside the gate and sell his product, avoiding, which the last 2 years the vendor fee was $75. This year I raised it to $100. But yeah, instead of paying me $75 and be amongst inside the fence and sell whatever you sell, he prefer to get just outside the gate where people can see him, so I can say, well, you have the permit for the inside of the park. I'm outside the park. But he's selling to the patrons, the attendees at I'm So Greenwood. And he's selling pineapples with drinks, with probably look at it, I don't know, for $20 a pineapple. On top of that, the insult is the motherfucker leave his trash right there for me and my cleanup crew to pick up the next day.
God damn.
This is the type of stuff we do to each other. You know what I'm saying? So he makes money hand over foot. I'm So Greenwood get nothing. I'm So Greenwood get nothing. This guy, I won't say we got a bad history, but he the same guy had to put them lawyers on. He called himself wanted to do a blues show, and it was called the I'm so Greenwood Blues show. So he figured because he put like 5 O's on so, he wasn't messing with the trademark, right? So I hit him up and say, hey man, what's this? It's a play on my name, blah. I tried to work it out, because we homeboys. We from the same town. You should be able to go to a motherfucker and say some shit. Like he was like, yeah, I checked with my crew and they say I'm good. I said, okay. I called my lawyer who trademarked I'm so Greenwood, the patent and put the paperwork in for me. It was on a Sunday evening. I called him. He answered the phone. He said, I'm actually going to work to get a head start on the next day. Send me the flyer that's going around on social media. See, can you get his email? So this guy is so cocky. I was like, hey, let me get your email so I can send you my trademark paperwork. He was like, here it is, but I don't need it because I know I'm in the right. I said, okay. So I got his email sent to the lawyer. The lawyer sent a cease and desist to every artist that was on that flyer. Long story short, the blues show, he went from I'm solely flow. It's like, no, you can't so shit. Just put blues show and be done with it. Why does it have to be so? Any so anything around Memorial Day would be a play on so Greenwood.
Exactly.
I mean, you can have your blues show without trying to play on the name because I'm so Greenwood is not getting nothing from it. And it ain't, again, I don't want to make it seem like it's about money with me because it's not. But my thing is liability wise.
Yeah.
First time something happened, first thing I'll say, somebody got hurt at I'm so Greenwood blues show last night. No, we're not going to do that. I'm so Greenwood is worried about what go on this park. I done turned down plenty offers to be associated with other stuff. I say, no, I protect the brand. I don't want to be associated with no clubs, none of that. Y'all can have your after party. I'm cool with it. It ain't no official I'm so Greenwood after party, nothing. You can just say after party. Because I don't want the liability. That's because I know how people are. It's a play. You have to worry about the brand if you're protecting the brand. So long story short, the blues show ended up getting canceled after the cease and desist went to all the artists that was on there. Like, dude, I don't know what the fuck you on. I got this from the lawyers. My point was the shit cost me $600 for 2 hours worth of work that the lawyer did. That could have been squashed. You know what I mean? That's money I can't get back, dude. I'm so Greenwood didn't have that money. I paid that shit out of my pocket, but I had to prove a point. You had to make an example out of somebody, but I felt like it shouldn't even went that way because me and this guy was classmates. And so and I told him after the pineapple thing, I was like, man, this is the second time and you'd have had a run in about some old slick shit you be up. That's why nothing prospered for him because he don't get it. The scheme and shit don't work, bro. God got I'm so Greenwood. God, God got I'm so Greenwood. I sleep peacefully when it. Only thing I worry about at night for I'm so Greenwood is it gonna rain or if it's not. That's the only thing I'm worried about.
Right.
So you know what I mean?
That's crazy.
So
that goes to show, man. It's some ruthless mugs out here, man. Like they don't want to see nobody happy, man. It's
man.
He said, "What was it? I'm so."
Yeah, he had like 5 O's on the so and thought it was wasn't a play on I'm so Greenwood. I didn't even see the flyer, but I think my uncle sent it to my uncle say, hey, what's this? And I was like, I don't know, what is it? So I hit him up after I found out who was promoting. I was like, hey, what's this? So it's like I'm thinking I can go to him man to man, but sometimes I just like I say, every time I think about it, I get mad about the $600. Like, dude, that was $600 that I could have spent on some other shit.
Man.
Yeah. So
anytime you got to come out of pocket for some bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Man.
Yeah. That was unnecessary. So.
Man, you're doing a great thing, man. Keep doing
it. Appreciate it.
I hope you keep it going as long as you can, man. Because like I say, it's a blessing. People are actually looking forward to it. People are asking, "Hey, are you coming?" type thing. So, I mean, I hope you keep it going, man, and I hope it prospers into something bigger where you ain't got to worry about coming out of pocket. It'll pay for itself. And I know that's that's the thing that you want to. You probably ain't shooting for, but you will want to shoot for it to whereas it gets to the point where it pays for itself.
Yeah, it
You
should,
know what
man.
I'm saying?
We should be. It should be
10 years
so
in, should have
big,
been
man.
paid
Where
by
we,
now.
yeah, it should be so big where, man, we giving out scholarships at both high schools. You know, we doing our coat drive. We doing our turkey giveaways at Christmas time or Thanksgiving time. It could be big, but
It
it's
could
not
be.
going to get there. It's not going to get there. For one, if it always stays free, which I vow to always keep it free, because you already know the minute I charge, your attendance is going to drop. The minute
Oh,
the minute
man.
you talking, I don't give a damn if it's $1 per head. You're
But
gonna lose some attendees.
It's
So
but
too
it's
people
damn
gonna
high.
have
stay
to pay.
free. It's gonna stay free.
Affirm.
I'm telling you.
We just need the people. We just need the people to purchase T-shirts again. T-shirts are they pricey? Yeah, but hell, I don't make T-shirts. I'm buying them from somebody else,
Yeah.
and they'll scale the price. You know, I might make $5-6 off each shirt depending on the size.
So
Sounds like you
do
need a
let me
marketing team.
yeah.
Huh?
Sounds like you need a marketing team.
Man, sound like I need a lot of shit.
Because with marketing, I think that the event could be big because what we have to understand here is when we talk about support, we're not going to get the support from our hometown. We will have more people outside supporting us than we would the people that
People that you
actually.
don't even know.
Yeah, so with
Yeah.
the marketing and people seeing that this event, you're gonna have this event and it's safe and yada 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 because people are looking for something safe to do.
To
So
go to,
you know,
yeah.
I
And
I think that marketing would be your big thing with this event to keep it prospering because like you got all the surrounding little areas and the people don't have nothing to do. So that would be something very unique for them to come out and experience.
hey, can
Well, I,
let me ask a question real quick.
okay, go
I
ahead.
just want to ask a question, then you can answer her. Do you have performers like outside of Greenwood to perform at I'm So Greenwood?
You know what? To be honest, I don't know where half of these people be from. I don't know if they from Greenwood
Right.
or surrounding. You know, because some of them I've never heard of. You
Yeah.
know, uh,
Because it's a lot of artists
but
like
that's the thing
blues
too.
people.
The artist wants to be paid too, which I'm not
Right,
mad
right.
at.
That's
You
true. Yeah,
deserve to
that's
be
true.
paid. You're an
Right, that's true.
artist. You know what I'm saying? They won't perform at I'm So Greenwood for free because they think it's
Right, right,
money
right.
there. They think
Right,
it's
right,
money,
right.
which they have a right to feel like it's money there. But when I'm sitting there telling you, I just gave you where the money is coming from. The money is
Right.
coming from the 8 or 9 sponsors. The sponsors are on the flyer. They pay $500 to be a sponsor. That was the fee. So how much is that? If we multiply that time 500 times the 8 or 9,
A,
4,500,
a
Right.
lot.
right? That's 4,500. Okay, so we sell
Yeah.
roughly about 300 t-shirts, right?
Yeah.
That's probably another 2-3 grand.
2, 3
So you're
grand.
working off $7,000.
Yeah.
7,000 before you pay anybody.
Mm,
Right. Mm-hmm.
Sounds like
yeah.
a lot, right? But then
Now
when your
once you
sound
spread it out,
guys, yeah, until your
yeah,
sound guy wants his 11, 1,200. Your DJ
Yeah.
want his 4, 500. You know, and then the insurance
yeah,
is another 5, 600.
I
yeah.
know. Cause
And
I was
so that money
Once
goes away. So like I say, when it's all said and done, it's probably going to be a couple of thousand, maybe $3,000 left towards
yeah.
yeah,
next year.
Cause I was looking for a musician for my brother's funeral, and the cheapest that somebody would do it for was $250 for 1 hour. So
Yeah,
I can only imagine. Yeah,
yeah.
that's a
yeah,
lot.
I
yeah.
tell
I'm
them, look,
like I
come up
say,
here,
I'm not.
come up here, do a half a song. Don't-
I'm
Yeah,
telling
yeah,
you. No, that was just a musician. That wasn't even a singer.
oh
yeah.
man,
So you would
Yeah,
think because a musician is from the hometown, they'll get up there do a song, or something like that. Because they,
yeah.
no, these people want to be
I
paid,
ain't
and
want.
like I say, I'm not
yeah,
even mad at them because they deserve to be paid.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
That's
All the
true.
thing I'm saying is I can't afford to give it to you because it ain't in the budget. So
Right.
I
It
look
ain't.
Right.
for people that want to get up there for the free and showcase their talent.
Right.
You know, we
Which
used
which
to
Yes.
have.
which which would be smart
You would
for
think it's
people to come
beneficial
up.
to them, right? Somebody
Have
may
like
in your
a
shit and not know you.
have a talent show. Have what I'm saying, have some people come through, say, hey, if you want to perform up here, a song, just come up there, and I mean that will be, because it's gonna be plenty of people out there, and it's gonna be
Yeah.
plenty of people listening. So I mean that will be
And people
smart for
gonna
them to say,
support those people, so it will bring more
yeah,
people.
because they're gonna bring, exactly. That's why I
Yeah.
asked, did you have perform? Because I was saying from outside of Greenwood, because they will bring their people like, hey man, I'm going to Greenwood Saturday, man. I'm performing, man. Y'all come and check me out. They're gonna put it on their page, and then they're gonna put it on their page, and then people. So that, I mean, that's how it usually goes. But like you say, when everybody wants to get paid, like you ain't getting paid at the club you performing at now. Like you performing for fun. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to make it up there. You know what I'm saying? And you're trying to get your music out there. I mean, that's what you would think. But you know.
Yeah, it's a lot of in and out workings that people, I guess, unless we having a conversation like we have it now. I don't know how many viewers we have, but yeah, you look at it like, you know who's really getting over is the fucking hotel owners. You know what I'm saying? You know how many times I call them, ring their phone, email them about being a sponsor? Like, dude, all your hotels, all the bed bugs in that motherfucker is sold out. And they getting 175 a week. Who the hell is paying 175 for the hotel that's right behind the Commonwealth? Who pays 175 to stay up in there?
No way.
They taxing on top of that. So all your hotels are sold out. I'm so Greenwood get nothing. You contact Viking. You reach the people that you was told is in charge of getting a sponsorship from Viking. You get no return phone call or no return email. You reach out to Milwaukee too. All of our citizens work at these, places, and your company won't even give back. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like it's a struggle, man. So instead we deal with our mom and pop sponsors. I want to take the time to shout my sponsors if you don't mind.
No, go ahead, because I had them written down too. Go ahead. I was
Yeah,
going
I always got to thank Dr. Natasha Hardiman. She was the first. She was the first someone that spoke sponsorship into existence and put her money into it first. She said, "Hey, you need to ask for sponsors, and I'll start you off." So I think Dr. Natasha Hardiman. She would always go down in history and recognized as the first person to open up her pocketbook and say, "Huh, here's a sponsorship check." So Natasha Hardiman, Jerome Hudson, former policeman there, he reached out. Andre Williams from Williams Auto Sale, Michael Stickler Trucking, John Winfrey, State Farm, Tim Stancer, who's at Bank of Commerce. Who am I missing? Marcus West. Big shout out to him. He created the I'm So Greenwood design this year for the t-shirt. Appreciate him. Hopefully the partnership him and I are starting to develop. Hopefully it could become something bigger.
Good people.
Who else I'm missing? You got the list. I know it's 10. City of Greenwood, Carolyn McAdams. Yeah.
You got the J Morris Media.
J Morris Group, can't forget them. They came through. Yeah, they can't perform, but he did cut a check. So shout out to J Morris and his team.
Beautiful.
You got Dean, DTD, Dean's
I got
Defense.
Maurice and Kanisha Dean, Dean Tactical Defense. Appreciate them. They've supported me the past 3-4 years with the sponsorship. Who else? Is that it? That's all 9.
I think you got what is it? Beta Theta.
The Omega, the Q Dogs from Valley, the Beta Theta chapter.
Yeah.
Terrence Glasgow, I appreciate it. They sponsored. So yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. You can add Spit Your Game to that. So yeah, I definitely
will.
I definitely holler at you after.
Definitely will.
Naturally Nurture ain't there yet.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. Hey, those that listen, we taking private donations too. Now I shout out the private donors too. Right now it's only about 4 or 5. So I'm gonna shout them out too. Okay. They didn't pay the $500, but they gave a nice little amount. So I really appreciate them.
That's cool.
But I'm willing to sew into I'm So Greenwood. If you need anything marketing or anything, I got you. Like
I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, one thing, Lil Al said he's staying in Atlanta, but he said he'll perform at I'm So Greenwood. So
Tell them, come on.
I hey Lil Al, if you still on here, man, just holler at Dre.
Come on.
Shoot him
Hey,
an
Lil
inbox,
Al.
man. So
I ain't seen him.
y'all can get that going. But Dre, man, I appreciate y'all. Don't take too much of your time. You wanted to get on,
Yeah,
and
man. No, I
I
wanted to
think
get on and talk
it
my
was
shit. You allowed me to
it was
talk my
much
shit,
needed.
so.
Yeah, it was much needed because it's a lot of things people didn't know. So and by the business wise too, you know what I'm saying, of just knowing how things going, because it's easy for somebody to say, yeah, I start that, but they don't know the
It's hard.
backlash, and man,
Yeah.
they don't
It's
Yeah,
hard.
man. It's
they don't
hard.
know.
Like
It's
it's hard.
it's
It's even like there's a popular event here in Chicago that had been going on. I know about 15 years. It's called the High Park Music Festival. Normally, a lot of R&B, hip hop artists. It's a neighborhood thing. Um,
mhm.
Man, they canceled their event they canceled it due to the rising costs and security. Like,
Oh,
you know what I mean? Which I'm experiencing firsthand. Like last year, a couple of years ago, I got off-duty police officer for $15 an hour. Now they want $25, $30 an hour to come out there. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So
Inflation.
yeah, so I but you got to secure the people,
got to.
and the money that's there isn't for me, and I vow to spend every dime so to make people feel secure. So uh the city of Greenwood, the police department, they'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
The sheriff department, they'll be there, and then
Gotcha.
some. I've gotten a few off-duty officers from surrounding township, somebody that's legally can carry.
Mm-hmm.
Because to me, ain't no security if you ain't got no fucking weapon. You
Yeah,
ain't
no,
securing me
yeah.
without a
Hey,
weapon.
look,
You
hey,
know,
look.
I,
Don't come with no flashlight.
man, right? So so if you want people with armed security, that comes with a price. So, but I got to make the people feel secure, and we will be secure, despite
Yeah, yeah,
the recent tragedies and shootings that taken
yeah,
place in our city. But
definitely.
yeah, we're not gonna let that stop us from enjoying ourselves.
Oh, definitely. Jeremy Collins said, you can book him for 8,500. He'll
Tell Jeremy, tell Jeremy, I saw him on that flyer. He can come on out there for free with his country music.
yeah,
Nah,
I,
Jeremy.
I also want to shout out all the graduates too, as 2024,
Whoop, whoop.
high school and college. I also want to
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, man.
I
That's
want to shout out them. I had a few cousins that's going to graduate, and didn't you say your son graduated or daughter graduated?
my
V.
my daughter just graduated from Tennessee State last weekend.
Okay, congratulations,
Thank
congratulations.
you, thank you.
Yeah,
So
so yeah, but I appreciate it, man.
no, man. Anytime you need somebody to talk shit, call me when V ain't available. I
Oh, hey,
fill
look,
in.
You finna take my spot now.
I
I
got you. I got you,
I
man.
fill in. Just tell me what we're talking about so I can go study a little bit. I don't like
Oh,
talking
oh
about shit
yeah.
on. I don't like talking about nothing I don't know what I'm talking about now. Be sound like Stephen A. and all them old cats that just be talking just to
No,
hear they shit. I
I
like to
appreciate
study up
no.
on stuff.
Me too. I gotta do my research. I always look through stuff and make sure I know what I'm talking about whenever I do so. But no, I appreciate it, man. You even want to be on V. I appreciate taking out your busy time of jumping on too. So but man, so real quick before you get off, Dre, tell for the people that may not know, tell people the date of I'm So Greenwood and where they can get the shirts and stuff from.
I'm So Greenwood takes place next Saturday, a week from today, May 25th, Woodington Park. Event runs from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Uh, T-shirts could be purchased at my if you know where my mom live. If not, she stay on 212 North Street, which is a block south of Macline. So a couple of us down from Friendship Church there on North Street, 212 North Street. Uh, yeah, that's it. That's
Well,
it.
that
We still have a few reserve spots. Again, another idea, just trying to create some revenue. So we have we have a section of the park that I call prime real estate. It's under the shade trees. Those spots are $75. Now, do you have to purchase? No, you could go out there and be in the sun. That's the purpose of you having a tent. But we have some reserve spots if you don't want to be in the sun, and we've sold a few of those. So we still have a few of those left. I still have about 3 more slots left for vendors. So anybody want to sell something, just hit me up. No two people are selling the same thing because I want to make it, make sure you make your money back. So I don't need 5 people selling snow cones. Everybody got to offer something different. So
and no pineapple drinks.
Definitely, if I see a pineapple, I might slap it out. So no, I just kidding. No, it is what it is, man.
no, I'm joking.
it is what it is, man. Hey, God bless his soul, man. He's doing whatever he got to do.
Man, I appreciate you, Dre, man.
I appreciate
y'all
you,
come
man.
out. I'm so green. Well, I hate I gotta work. So, but I know my mom. I mean, not my mom, but I know my cousin. Them, they already had a tent set up, and so my mom, she'll come out there. Probably come out there now. So she'll get her butt up and come on out there. But I'm sure it's gonna be plenty of people, man, and everybody gonna be safe and have a good time, man. So I appreciate you.
No doubt.
I'm sure me and V appreciate you for even doing it for Greenwood. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of other people that appreciate you for doing it for Greenwood, because if you didn't have this, it would be nothing to look forward to but homecoming.
Well, it's funny you said that, because for years I'm so Greenwood fell upon the same year graduation, the same weekend as graduation. So it was kind of hard for the city to distinguish who was bringing in the revenue, visitors for graduation or so Greenwood. So this year we get a chance to point that your tax dollars is coming from the so Greenwood weekend, and you'll be able to see the huge tax spike, and that stuff is all public records. You know what I mean? You can go see what the city makes when we spend at these gas stations and Walmart. We can see the tax money that the city of Greenwood earned, and there's a noticeable increase on so Greenwood weekend. It's a proven fact. So I'm glad the city finally recognized so Greenwood as an event that, 1, we could use, 2, is beneficial to the city. The city is benefiting financially from it, and it's a proven fact. So we've killed that argument, and they've gotten on board. They actually sponsor it. They gave a little bit more than what the sponsorship fee was. So they seem to be on board with it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna take too much of your time. V, I appreciate you. Dre, I appreciate you, man. Everybody be safe, and I appreciate everybody joining in for another episode of Game
Keep
Session.
your head up, Dre.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Take care, y'all.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
All right, later.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey,
appreciate everybody that's joining, man. I had to let everybody know I'm so Greenwood is a blessing, man.
Legendary conversation.
Y'all stop that hate, man.
When you're on the way to greatness, what's the way to go?
What the people that's around Greenwood
We can make a change. Kick some knowledge with your partner. We all stick together, man. Legendary conversation. People want to know. When you're on the way to greatness, what's the way to go?
$10 for this trash, man.
For the future, we can make a change. Kick some knowledge with your partner.
But until next time, I'll let y'all.
You can spit your game. Kick some knowledge with your partner. You can spit your game. Legendary conversations people want to know. When you're on the way to greatness, what's the way to go? Inspiration for the future, we can make a change.
Appreciate that, bro.
Kick some knowledge with your partner, you can spit your game. Kick some knowledge with your partner, you can spit your game. Kick some knowledge with your partner, you can spit your game.